Welcome back, friends. This is day 9 of our 14-day movement challenge and another 20-minute yoga flow. So full body flow, but we are going to focus a lot on hamstring opening in this class, and you don't need any equipment. Okay, but if you want some nice music to flow to, I have a link below. It's going to open up on Spotify, so you've got some music to move to. And when you're ready, I'll see you on the mat. Okay, friends, if you have that playlist ready, let's hit play together in 3, 2, 1, go. And we're gonna get started in a seated position with your legs in a diamond shape, okay? So bring the bottoms of your feet to touch. Let your knees open out wide and move your feet forward a little bit more than what you're used to. Have your hands on your knees or your shins. Maybe close your eyes, and as you inhale, try to lengthen through your spine. Lift up through the crown of your head. Good, and as you exhale, just let your spine round as much as you want to and tuck your chin into chest. So kind of like a seated cat-cow. We'll inhale to lift up tall. Now maybe micro-bend your elbows and send your gaze up. And as you exhale, round through your spine and tuck your chin into chest. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a super big form of movement, just feeling into the mobility of your spine. Good, arcing and rounding and moving with your breath flow. So one more inhale to lift and to open the front body, and exhale to round. Nice, and come up to a tall spine and extend your right leg long. Bring your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Now inhale to lift your arms up, get nice and tall, and as you exhale, start to hinge forward. We're gonna find an active stretch to start. So I want you to really reach your fingertips, flex your right foot, and try to maintain this length in your spine. Take another big breath in. And as you exhale, let everything melt so it becomes a passive stretch. Your spine might round and your head might drop heavy. Good, focusing on that opening in the back side of the right leg, and then also feeling some expansion into the outer edge of that left hip. Let's stay here for 2 more breaths. Good, breathing deeper than you're used to. Inhale and exhale. Yeah, and then with your next breath in, rise all the way up. Send your left leg forward, and we just switch sides. So bottom of the right foot is going to be connected to the inner line of the left thigh. Inhale to lift your arms up nice and tall, an active stretch to start. So exhale, hinging forward, maintaining this length in your spine. Imagine your fingertips and your tailbone are extending and reaching through opposite directions. Take another big breath in. And as you exhale, start to round and let this become nice and passive. Good, head might drop heavy and shoulders are rounded and dropping heavy. 2 intentional breaths. And trying your best to tap into the sense of presence and awareness of where you are right now. Your breath flow and the sensation moving through your body. Good, and with your next inhale, rise all the way back up. Bring your right leg forward to meet your left. Reach your arms forward and start to round your spine. Tuck your chin into chest and roll all the way down to your back. Good, and then send your right leg up towards the ceiling or the sky. Flex your right foot. Good, arms are gonna lift up towards the sky as well. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, tuck your chin into chest and try to lift your shoulder blades up off the mat. Now hold right here, feeling a bit of an engagement into your core. Flex your right foot. Awesome. Now hold on behind your right leg and start to drop your head and shoulders down, letting this be a lovely hamstring stretch. Maybe putting a bend into that left knee if it helps to create a little bit more softness in your low back. Take one more inhale and exhale. Awesome. And now I want you to do just what you did before. So arms are going to reach up, tuck your chin into chest, peel up, hug your low belly in, keep your torso lifted as you slowly lower the right leg down, 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 down. And then let head and shoulders rest down. Breathe in. Exhale, lift head and shoulders back up. Nice. Just a little bit of slow, cheeky core work. Squeeze your left leg tight and lift it up towards the ceiling. Reaching fingers towards your foot. Flex your left foot. Good, you got it. Now hold on behind your left leg and let your head and shoulders rest heavy. And again, if you want to soften this a little bit more, you just put a bend into that right knee and ground your right foot down. Full inhale. And exhale. Awesome. Now arms reach back up towards the ceiling. Tuck your chin into chest. Peel up. Slow, slow, slow. And this time bring your right leg up to meet the left. Go slow, flexing your right foot. Good. And hold on behind your knees. Bend your knees and rock forward and back along your spine, maybe 1 or 2 times. And then find your way forward and through to a tabletop position. Wrists under shoulders, knees underneath of your hips. Inhale to drop your belly, lift your tailbone, lift your chin. And exhale to round through the spine. Good, and find your way back to neutral. Send your right leg over to the right side so the inner edge of your right foot is down, your ankle is in line with your hip. And then lift all the way up. Arms are gonna reach up overhead, big inhale. And as you exhale, drop your left hand over to the left side. Reach your right arm over. You might even tent your left fingers. Good, now what does it feel like to open your chest a little bit more towards the sky or the ceiling? And maybe your right hand rests at the back of your head just to let your neck relax a little bit, right? Full inhale and exhale. Awesome. Then reach your right arm back up, rise all the way up, arms lift up overhead. Now ground your right heel, right toes lift up, and start to send your hips back so your bum comes towards your heels. Let your hands and arms ground in front of you. Your chest is lowering towards your left thigh. Good. 1 breath, breathe in and breathe out. Yeah, and from here, just back up to a tabletop. So lifting the hips and right knee comes underneath of the right hip. 1 cat-cow. Inhale to drop your belly, opening the front body. And exhale to round, feel space in the back body. Come back to neutral, and this time send your left leg out to the left side. Ground the inner edge of your foot down. Your ankle lines up with your hip. Rise all the way up. Arms lift up nice and tall. Breathe in and exhale. Drop the right hand down. Reach over to the right side. Good. Feeling that beautiful stretch through the left side line of your body. Maybe opening your chest a bit more towards the ceiling or the sky. Left hand can always come to the back of your head. And let's rise all the way back up. Arms lift up overhead. Now this time lift your left toes. Start to hinge your hips back towards your heels, and arms reach forward, chest melts down. So it's kind of like a child's pose, but that left leg is out and over to the left side. Flexing your left foot so you can feel not only a bit of the hamstring, but it's a little more catered towards the inner line of that left leg, the inner thigh. 1 more breath. Yeah, and then all the way back up to a tabletop position, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. 1 cat-cow. Inhale to drop the belly. And exhale to round through your spine. Lovely. Come back to neutral. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up, reach them back. Downward facing dog. Tailbones lifted nice and high. Give yourself a slow pedal of your heels, a gentle shake out of your head to really let your neck go. 1 big inhale through your nose. And exhale out the nose or out the mouth. Yeah, now walk your hands towards your feet. So a forward fold at the back of the mat, and then take as much of a bend of your knees as you need to so that you can interlace your peace fingers around your big toes. Let your head drop heavy. Now inhale, try to lift up halfway from here. So the arms start to lengthen, your torso starts to lift. And as you exhale, bend your elbows and try to move your chest towards your thighs. Again, you can bend your knees if you need to. Let your head drop. 2 more rounds. Inhale to lengthen the arms, lift the chest. And exhale, elbows out to the sides, drawing your belly closer towards your thighs. 1 more, breathe in. And breathe out. And back up, halfway lift, but bring your hands towards your shins. Really lengthen through your spine here. And exhale, fold, release. Walk your hands forward. Keep your hips high, landing in a downward facing dog for 1 breath. Inhale. And exhale. Now gaze forward and walk your feet up to meet your hands. Forward fold at the top of your mat, Uttanasana. Ground into your feet and start to rise all the way up. Reach the arms up overhead, gaze lifts up. And exhale, hinge from your hips, forward fold, melt it down. Good, lift your torso just a little bit so that you have enough space to step your left foot all the way back, and then ground your left heel down so the toes turn out to 45 degrees. Reach your arms forward and rise on up, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So you want to try to aim for your hip bones pointing forward. If they're turned out to the side, just heel toe your right foot over to the right side a little bit more. Yeah, you can give yourself some space in the hips. Full breath in and full breath out, finding that bend into the right knee. Now take another inhale, and as you exhale, sweep your arms back in behind you, interlace your fingers, open up through the chest, and start to hinge forward any amount. Humble warrior, you got it. Torso might be hovering above that right thigh, or maybe it starts to drop on the inner line of that right thigh, but keeping the right hip back in line with the left. 1 more breath. And release your arms, reach forward, rise up, Warrior 1, breathe in. Exhale, hands come down to frame your front foot. Step your right foot back to meet your left, landing in a plank on the toes or maybe down on the knees. Lower all the way down to your belly, to your chest. Inhale to peel your chest up, baby cobra, good, strong through the back body. And exhale to lower it down. Now push into your hands, back to a tabletop, lift your hips up, reach them back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Full breath in, an even bigger breath out. Just creating even more space with that breath. Gaze forward and start to walk towards the top of your mat. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Strong legs to lift all the way up. Stand up, reach up. Exhale, hinge, and forward fold, bring it back down. Good, a bit of a halfway lift, maybe fingertips stay on the ground, and then start to step your right leg all the way back, ground your right heel down, maybe look at that right foot. Toes are turned out just to 45 degrees. Reach your arms forward, rise up, find a generous bend into that left knee, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Good, grounded strong into both legs, like you're trying to stretch the mat out in opposite directions. Big inhale. Exhale, sweep your arms back and behind you, interlace your fingers, take the reverse grip this time. Shoulder blades move towards one another, and then start to hinge forward, slow, slow, slow. Humble warrior. Good, slight tuck of your chin into chest, so there's length in the back of your neck, still strong through your legs. Can your breath flow through this posture? Nice, use your next inhale to rise all the way up. Release the arms, lift them up, Warrior 1. And exhale, hands down to frame your front foot. Left leg back to meet the right, landing in your plank on toes or knees. Lower all the way or maybe halfway down. Chaturanga, elbows close to your side body. Push the floor away. Inhale to lift your chest, cobra or up dog. Exhale, send your hips up and lift them back, downward facing dog. So good, friends. Breathe in and breathe out. Now just start to walk your feet up towards the middle of your mat and stay in this forward fold. Right fingertips are going to be just in front of the right toes. Now bend your right knee, bend your right elbow so they connect or they get close. Keep your left leg straight as you inhale and reach your left arm up and open to the left side. Good, stay for 1 more breath. And switch sides. Left hand down, left fingertips in front of the left toes. Bend the knee, bend the elbows so they get close or they connect. And then inhale to reach the right arm up and open, twist to the right, and try to straighten out the right leg. Breathe in and breathe out. So good. Right hand comes down. Inhale to rise all the way up to stand. Roll the shoulders up towards your ears and back down your spine. Tadasana, mountain pose. Just a moment to pause. Close your eyes, big inhale. And exhale. Yeah, now bring prayer hands right in front of your chest and get really grounded into that right foot. Bring your left knee up to 90 degrees. Your knee is right in line with your hip bone. Now start to press your left foot forward and flex your left foot. Good. Feel the activation of the quad to hold your left leg lifted. Full breath in. And exhale, lower the left foot down. Step your right foot back just a little bit more. Both legs are straight, right toes turn out to 45 degrees. Hinge with your chest forward, going down, 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 maybe halfway, maybe hands to the hips, or maybe all the way down and hands might frame your left foot. Trikonasana, triangle pose, trying to keep your legs straight but without locking through your knees. Left hip is drawing back in line with the right. Deep inhale and exhale. Good. Now lift your right heel a little, dip back and step forward. Rise all the way up, stand up, reach up, breathe in. And exhale, prayer hands through in front of your heart. Maybe step back a little bit and this time ground into the left foot. Right knee comes up to 90 degrees. Hold. Good. Flex that right foot. Push the right leg forward. Try to lift up even taller through the crown of the head. So we're activating the front of the right leg before we stretch out the back side of the right leg. Breathe. And then ground that right foot forward, left foot back just a couple more inches. Left toes turn out to 45 degrees. Hands on the hips or prayer gesture. Hinge forward with your torso, maybe coming down to that halfway range. Maybe hands support the hips, or maybe all the way down to a point where you feel a big edge, a big stretch into that right hamstring. Good. Right hip is drawing back in line with the left. Okay, notice if it's swaying over to the right side. Big inhale. And big exhale. Soften the shoulders. Let's stay for one more breath. And then just this little rock back. Step left foot up to meet the right. Forward fold, let your head drop heavy. Halfway lift as you breathe in, hands to shins, lengthen through your spine. And exhale, fold, release. Inhale to rise on up, stand and reach. Exhale, forward fold, take everything back down. Good, halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to your plank of choice. Toes or knees, you always have an option. Lower halfway or all the way, chaturanga. Inhale to open your front body, so lift through the chest, push the floor away. And exhale, pike your hips up, reach them all the way back, downward facing dog. Good, 3 deep breaths. And feeling into that length in the spine and the openness through the backside of your legs. Big inhale. And exhale. And gently take it down to the knees. Swivel off to one hip and bring your legs right out in front of you. Flex your feet and lift the arms up. Get super tall here. Breathe in and exhale. Hinge forward and fold. Let it be passive this time. So completely softening down. Spine can round, shoulders can round. 3 intentional breaths, generous breaths here. And where can you loosen the grip? Where can you completely melt down? One more breath. And then use your next inhale to lift all the way up. Cross your right foot over top of that left leg, and just a nice easy twist over to the right side. So my left arm likes to hold onto my right leg. You can do that, or you can have your elbow planted on the thigh, right fingertips behind you. Just one breath. And back through center, right leg forward, left foot crosses over top of the right leg, and a slow twist to the left. Keep finding that length in your spine as you hold your twist for one breath. And back through center, crisscross the legs, lift your arms up overhead, reach, breathe in, and exhale, prayer hands through right in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. Eyes closed. Maybe bringing a smile to your face in a moment to just honor and appreciate yourself and for showing up to your practice today. And to honor and appreciate the practice and the lineage of yoga and everything that it teaches us both on and off the mat. Thank you for joining me today, my friend. I hope you enjoyed that bit of movement, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow.